wait for a few moments. I never got this before. Connection is unstable. Let me see. I have to go in here.
It still ain't doing it.
Let me see if I could. Hello, everybody. I'm waiting for more participants to come in. Please stand by for a minute.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer.
I'll be with you guys shortly. Be with you guys shortly. Okay, let's see. Hello. All right, how you doing? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just called my podcast starts. Yeah, you just on YouTube on your phone. You got that YouTube platform. I'm talking about the funeral what happened yesterday. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I got to get on my podcast. I'll just call you. Yeah. But I talk to you later. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Sorry for the delay. I was just allowing everybody a chance to come online, come on the podcast for tonight. I just want to give you a brief synopsis of what happened this past Sunday or Saturday, rather. This past weekend, actually, we flew up to North Carolina, and we had a good trip, an awesome trip. We had to intern my Uncle Jerry. And so I want to start off tonight just by saying a lot of people wondered why I was short in doing the eulogy. Let me be as clear as I can. The funeral home has a time schedule, and during the time that I got up to speak, it was approximately 10 minutes to 3 o'clock, right? So we had to be out of the funeral home no later than 3 o'clock. So I know the church was happy. They was joyful, ready for me to preach, but I had to cut it short because of the time schedule and to be obedient with Aunt Polly, uh, you know, and that's what I did. So I wanted to start this episode off by saying that uh, it was not of my own doing, but I had to be respectful and obedient to what was going on uh, during the services of our beloved Uncle Jerry, right? And we laid our Uncle Jerry to rest this Saturday. For those of you that knew Uncle Jerry, he was a prominent figure within this Dixon family, right? Uh, he will truly be missed. He will truly be missed. He was one of our giants. He was a pillar within our family. He was beloved. And Uncle Jerry also was a disciplinary, a man that encompassed structure, right? He was that type of person, if you go to his house, he wouldn't allow you to step on his grass. That's the type of person he was. He was a disciplinary and a structured type of individual. Not only that, but he was an unlicensed English professor. He often used to tell me not to use two double negatives in a sentence. For example, if I would say I'm going nowhere, I cannot use not and no. Those are two negatives in the English language. Uncle Jerry was a man of integrity, a man that had compassion for those who were less fortunate. That's who he was. Uncle Jerry loved to travel. For many years, he would travel to see all of us in Alabama, from New York to Alabama. And then once he retired and moved to North Carolina, he would drive from North Carolina down to Alabama to see all of us. Okay. Because that's who he was. He loved his people. He didn't fly too much because during his years in the Army, he was a paratrooper, and he was an airborne unit. So he used to jump out of helicopters a lot. And so once he got out of the military, to try to get him back on any type of aircraft was like pulling teeth with the string, the old-fashioned way. But Uncle Jerry, he would travel to see all of us, and then when he would travel, he would bring us sweet potatoes, he would bring us watermelons, he would bring us peaches, and he would bring us all different types of fruits and stuff and vegetables. And that's the type of guy he was. He never portrayed himself to be arrogant. He never portrayed himself to be flashy or superior over anyone. He didn't ever boast or brag about his materialistic possessions. He always dressed in a manner that was appropriate. You never saw him in name brand clothes or anything like that. But that's just the way he was. He was a humble man. And what I'm trying to tell you that Uncle Jerry, he always showed love. He always showed love to everybody, not just to our family, but to other families in the area, across the street, the neighborhood. He showed love. And I want to talk tonight about the different types of love that he showed. Okay, he showed, number one, he showed agape love. Agape love is that unconditional love. It is the highest form of love that represents God's love for humanity. And the Bible clearly depicts that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. And that's the type of love that Uncle Jerry showed, not just to all of my brothers and sisters, but to his nieces and nephews, his great nieces and great nephews, to everybody. That's what he showed, right? And he will be truly missed for his remarkable perspective that he had on life. Not only that, but Uncle Jerry showed brotherly love. They call filial love, right? And so this is the type of love that he showed toward all of his brothers. I can recall a time when I was on the phone with Uncle Jerry, and he said, Randy, I'm talking to your Uncle Charles. So that was a prime definition of brotherly love, because Uncle Charles was his brother. And yes, Uncle Jerry was an amazing man. No doubt about that. And Uncle Jerry had friends in Alabama that he would always take time to visit. He would take time to visit one of our neighbors, Mr. LC. He would visit him often. They was classmates of 1962. And again, he showed the filial love, the brotherly love, which is a deep affection between brothers and friends. It is a deep affection between brothers and friends. Jesus referred to his disciples as friends, demonstrating this type of filial love, which is a deep relational connection. And so we talked about agape love, we talked about filial love. Now let's talk about storge love. This is the type of love that deals within the family structure, within the family community. It is a natural, affectionate bond between family members, parents, and children. And Uncle Jerry showed this type of love to his family. He worked for many years, providing, taking care, and raising his family. I believe he worked over 40 years on his job, if I'm not mistaken. And so this is what he did. And so we're going to always salute him and cherish him and keep his memories alive, because this man was an amazing man. I recall years ago when I was a little boy, all of the wonderful things that he did. Someone wrote he was someone that was genuine, not to just family, but everyone that he encountered over the years. Yes, he was, Sergeant Major. He was that type of guy. So we want to remember him. We want to speak his name. And we want to make sure that he is not forgotten. And at the same time, we want to keep his family lifted up in prayer, because we know when you lose a loved one, there's going to be some difficult days and weeks and months and years ahead. And you never get over certain things. You just learn how to deal with it. And so we want to keep Uncle Jerry's name alive and well. Again, those of you that just joined and wanted to know, again, while I was short with the eulogy, it is because I was following protocol. I was following protocol. I couldn't go over the time limit. Again, it was 10 minutes before 3 o'clock when I took the podium. I had to be finished by 3 o'clock and be out of the church. So technically, I didn't have a 5 minutes. And that's what the funeral director was letting me know. So, and so sometimes you have to abide by the rules, even though sometimes it may be uncomfortable, and you have to obey the family. Those were her words, was to be short, and because we had to be at the memorial site graveyard at 3:30 and be out of the grave, out of the cemetery at 4 o'clock. So again, if I would have went over another 20, 30 minutes, we wouldn't have been on time, and it would have been extra charges involved. So again, I just want to state that to the fact was I got so many calls asking me while I was short on my message, right? But I had to. So I hope that answered your question. But again, we celebrate the life and the legacy of our uncle, Jeremiah Dixon. We want to salute his wife, who actually took out the time and took care of her husband in his sickness and over the years. And to Ivory and to all of those that took part in taking care of him in his last days. He's forever in our hearts. That's right. And so I want to thank the Redbud Missionary Baptist Church family for all that they've done. And we want to thank H.D. Pope Funeral Home. We want to thank the healthcare professionals that took care of him. We want to thank all those that played a part in the program on Saturday. Had a Reverend Silver who was officiating. You had Miss Audrey and Miss Willie Moore who did the opening selections and scripture reading. Reverend Silver again for the Old and New Testament, and the remarks by Elder White and remarks by Yolanda Faye Rembert, and all the acknowledgments, the selection, beautiful selection by Miss Dorothy Lee, right? And we want to thank the funeral directors and all of those that's in charge. And we want to thank those who provided the food, the venue for the repast. We want to thank all of those. And the acknowledgement says the family of Jeremiah Dixon wishes to extend heartfelt thanks to our family, friends, and loved ones for the kindness and support shown during our time of bereavement. So we want to again thank everybody that traveled all the way from various destinations and different places. My brother Bronicle, he traveled up from Atlanta area all the way to Carolina. My sister Yolanda and Joe and Bronicle's fiance, they all traveled together. And so we want to thank all you guys for coming up and supporting the family, because again, in the days, weeks, and months and years ahead, and they're going to need it. And so we just want to say, once again, thank all of you for your love and your acts of kindness that you've shown to this family, which is our family. And we know that tomorrow is not promised. We don't know who is going to be next, but we're getting older, and we're not promised to see tomorrow. Even though we're healthy, may look healthy and feel good, but we're not promised to see tomorrow. And so I just want to close out by saying my first interaction with Uncle Jerry is I remember my brothers were working down at my grandparents' home in Jackson, and I never will forget. They was working, digging ditches, I believe they was trying to cover up some water, but they was digging dirt with some shovels. And I said some words that I shouldn't have said. Wasn't curse words, but it was words that I shouldn't have said. And Uncle Jerry was chasing behind me, and he finally caught me. I didn't know he could run that fast, but he caught me and he whipped me so hard, and that changed my life. And that was the whipping that changed my life. Maybe that'll be in my book that's soon to come. So I'm grateful to Uncle Jerry, and again, he loved all of us, all of my mother's children and all of his sister's children. Again, he loved everybody. And we're gonna, man, he's the giant. We lost a giant. That's what I can tell you. He was a great pillar to the community. There's not too many people in life that really touched me and really guided me, and besides my parents. But besides my parents, I would say Uncle Jerry. He had a vital, important role in my life that he played, and caused me to be who I am today. So I'm grateful for that, and everything that he did in my life. And as long as I live, I will forever speak his name and forever cherish the memories that we shared together. And I'll go look at some of the videos that I have on VHS tape once I order the piece to go in so I can watch it on my TV. But again, Uncle Jerry was a man that's certainly going to be missed. Certainly going to be missed. And we had a good time up in North Carolina. Got a chance to see all of my cousins up there. Somebody said, I remember that whipping too. Nunu. I don't know who is Nunu, but they remember. But Nunu, I think I'm thankful for that whipping. I tell you, we have some great memories. I have a lot of pictures with Uncle Jerry that we took when he came to visit us in California. He drove the Toyota I had, the car I bought my daughter. He drove that down for me because I didn't want to send all those cars back through shipping. So he came like he said he was going to come, and he actually came quicker. Oh, that's my cousin Nat. Okay. Okay. I was wondering who that was. Thank you, Nat, for joining in. I really appreciate you. I love you, cousin. And we're gonna see you soon. Yeah, we're gonna make North Carolina one of our visiting places. Yeah, we gotta go check on Aunt Polly and Aunt Barbara. Yeah, we all are getting older. We're not young as we used to be. But again, I want to thank you all for joining this podcast. Sorry for the technical delays and difficulties. My internet in my my main room where I do my podcast was unstable. And I moved downstairs into the dining room. That was unstable as well. So I came over here to the other side, and I was able to get some stability. So again, thank you guys for joining tonight as we remember the life and legacy of our great uncle, not great uncle, but our uncle, which was a great man. When I say great, I'm not saying great uncle, but a great uncle. And that he was. And we just going to continue to live on through his legacy. Anybody have anything they want to say in the chat? Oh, Nat said, thank you for remembering Dad for the person he was. He touched so many lives. Yes, he did, cousin. He touched so many lives, not just in the New York area, in the North Carolina area, but down in Alabama. He's loved by so many people in Alabama. You wouldn't believe it. Everybody know him and Uncle Charles, but he's loved and he's known. I was reading a post on yesterday, and one of the ladies went to school with him, didn't even know it. She was shocked. Yeah, she was shocked. She said she got to take a moment of silence. Yeah, but cousin, again, it was good to see you. Yeah, Sergeant Major said we need to plan a trip sooner than later. Sergeant Major, just let me know. Just let me know. We'll get together, make a plan, and we'll make it happen within the next few months or so. We'll make a plan. I'll take off work. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, and hopefully Daphne can come or something like that. You know, I just take a week off, and we can do that. Spend the night in Alabama, spend the night in Georgia, and then go to Carolina. Break it up in threes. Right. But again, don't forget the family reunion, July the 25th. Don't forget, I have the building already set up. I have venues coming. Everything is coming into play. So start planning for the family reunion. But we'll talk after the podcast. Right. But I just want to say on tonight, let us continue to celebrate the life and legacy of Mr. Jeremiah Dixon. We know him as Uncle Jerry. Okay, well, this concludes this Tiger Tees podcast for tonight. And again, I'm sorry for the difficulties. Thank you all for joining in, and I will see you on the other side. Have a good night.